Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. If you are here for the Season 2 premiere of Chucky, I am going to assume that you have seen Season 1, or my Season 1 reactions. If not, please go and check those out. I do have a special Chucky folder for them, so you are welcome, of course, to look at them. I am super excited for Season 2. We've been waiting for this, of course, all year. As we know from the end of Season 1, there was a hell of a lot of bloodshed, but the three main characters did survive, Jake, Lexi, and Devin. And so, of course, we are going to see them here in Season 2. One thing that I have been loving about this is how they have taken the movies and incorporated it into the TV show. Instead of just completely starting fresh, like the movies never happen, they have brought it into these stories. Obviously, we've got the new characters with Jake and Devin, but, you know, we still have Brad Dourif voicing Chucky. We have Jennifer Tilly back as Tiffany. We have Brad's daughter Fiona back. Kimberly Elise, and the guy who played Alex Vincent, I think it is that his name? Whoever it was who plays Andy Barclay. And then, of course, I believe in this season we're going to see Glenn, Chucky's son from Seed of Chucky. So, yeah, I love that they have taken all of the films and are putting them into the show. Like I said, instead of just completely starting new and kind of ignoring the canon that we already have, they're just adding to it. I think that that's great. I love seeing the surprises that they have given us. It looks like this takes place like at a Catholic school or something. I did react to the Season 2 trailer, so be sure to go check that out as well. But from the trailer, yeah, it looks like they're now at some sort of Catholic school. Both Jake's parents and Devin's parents are dead. One of Lexi's parents are dead. Her father is dead. So I'm wondering if her mother then, like, took them all in, or if Devin and Jake kind of became like wards of the state or whatever. There is a scene where we see Lexi talking about the year's been hard and she's kind of flipping her hair back. I have a feeling that she's gotten into drugs, which, given the fact that you have been chased by a homicidal doll, yeah, that's probably gonna happen. You're probably gonna turn to drugs. So it'll be interesting to see her. Obviously, these guys are going to have to go ahead and battle him again. We still have the Chucky army that was out at the end of last season, so that's going to come into play. I'm just thinking, how are they going to do all this in 8 episodes? But I am here for it. I'm loving it. This title is Halloween 2. I love how the first couple episodes have made references to the Halloween movies because, you know, Syfy and USA are owned by NBC, which of course owns Peacock, and Peacock of course is streaming Halloween Ends. Just like last year, how they streamed Halloween Kills, so there were a couple of references to Halloween and Michael Myers as kind of a little preview and a little hint for the movie streaming. So I'm guessing we're going to have the same thing here, kind of already with the title, Halloween 2. So it'll be interesting to see if there are any other references to any of the Halloween films in this season as well. So I thought that that was also kind of clever as well. But anyways, I am super excited for Season 2. I've been waiting for this. Like, I think it's going to be one hell of a ride. It's going to be fun. It's going to be spooky. There's going to be deaths. I'm probably going to cringe a bit. Let's get started.
When do we get to start stabbing?
The bald one.
Wait, you got a knife? What? What? I didn't say anything. Don't worry. She is fucking hot. Sticky chicks like that need someone more, I don't know, Feral? Does that guy look familiar? Their mouth shut.
He didn't get out. Ah, I like that. Good shot. Showing the cross with the... and how it lights up. I've said this in season 1. I love the Chucky openings, and I like how this has the Chucky faces. Kind of a little preview of each episode. But Andy didn't get out. So what the hell? New Jersey. Okay, we're in Jersey. Well, Hackensack, New Jersey. Yep, Jake. Hi, Jake. His hair's a little different. Okay. They're so cute.
But at this point, I'll take what we can get.
No. No, you do not break up. You do not break up. You stay together.
Let's go, Batman, to the Batcave!
On my way, Robin. Better fill the bus so bad right now.
Then do it.
They're watching.
Fuck them. Do it. Don't even be telling me that these two are breaking up. Hell to the no. Yeah, go after him.
Oh, wait, stop.
Kiss him. Kiss him. Kiss him. Kiss him. Good boys. Good. Fuck the family. Let them see. Good. Aw. Finally.
Shit.
Okay, now his hair is different. It was the same before, but now it's different.
You scared me.
It's called colorophobia.
Recognize the voice.
Hey, you know what, Alice? You know what's...
Recognize the voice.
No, I'll get it. Andy? No, he's back.
Don't answer it then. Okay, so last year they were like 13, and so now they're 14, and so they're making it, you know, that they're really like sexual. Like I mentioned that in season 1, and you know, I'm not saying the kids can't be, especially, you know, in junior high they're starting to, you know, discover their hormones and stuff like that, but it just seems like she's 14. Now granted, she may not be going that far. She might just have good old making out sessions. But I commented about that one time when she was with Junior, because, you know, in the episode when Chucky basically set her house on fire because, you know, she and Junior were getting kind of intimate, and I'm like, isn't she 13? At the most 14? Like, why is she having sex at 14 or 13? That's how pregnancy happens. And so it's kind of the same thing. And maybe this is something that I shouldn't be focusing on, but at the same time I am, because even though this is rated TVMA, you are going to have young people watching it, teenagers, because obviously it's teenagers in the show. And so they have to be careful how they promote. I'm not one of those prudes or anything. Yeah, you know, at the time of this recording, there was a woman who commented about don't watch Hocus Pocus because the spells they do will come through your TV or something really stupid. And it's dumb, and I rolled my eyes. So, you know, I'm not one of those people, so don't come at me for that. But I'm just saying that when we deal with like representation and stuff like that, it's here we're kind of doing representation of teenage sex, teenage drinking, teenage drugs. And I know it's a horror movie or horror show, and it, you know, so maybe that makes it a little okay. But it's just something that I have kind of noticed, like there is still like this representation of underage drinking, underage sex, and so I just don't know if that's something that should be promoted to kids. I mean, if teenagers want to watch a show, that's completely fine, but I really hope that there are, like, parents at least who are able to say, this is TV, you know, don't be doing this. Again, I don't want to sound like one of those prudes, because they're going to do it anyways, and I know that, so don't leave a bunch of dumb, sarcastic comments or anything. And maybe I'm completely wrong and off my rocker with that, or even with saying that. I could be. So far though, like, I am loving this. I'm loving, like, the spooky atmosphere that we're having, at least for this first episode. And you know, you had the whole thing there, of course, with Jake and Devin, and then the middle section, and I loved how you had, like, the 3 different videos. I've seen that in other horror movies, kind of like the Unfriended movies and stuff, and so I thought that that was a nice touch. And I hate how Jake is kind of blowing Devin off. I'm worried that they are gonna actually break up, but if they do, I think they will get back together. But it's like, no, you know, because it doesn't, he said something like it's been 6 months, so I'm guessing that they've probably Skyped and everything, but it doesn't seem like they've actually seen each other for 6 months, which, you know, physically seen each other, which, yeah, that could definitely suck. Okay, that's not your property. I get why you're doing that, but that's not your property.
Fucked up. Dolls are fucked up.
Never trust any doll.
Never trust any doll.
Okay. Good. And you can't tell anyone, or they're gonna send you. Yeah.
So they said that Devin has, like, a rich foster mother, and then she took off and left, so it seems like he's there alone, which I don't legally know if that could happen. But it's a nice thought. But at the same time, you know, I've always thought, like, when kids get to, like, 14, 15, and they talk about, you know, oh, you can't be alone, it's like, they can pretty much take care of themselves at 14 and 15. They can get themselves something to eat, they can shower, they can dress, they can put themselves to bed. You know, they may or may not do their homework. It's like, they are capable of doing that. They're not 4 when they get to 14 and 15. They can be home alone. So maybe in a situation like this, it's alright because Devin is self-sufficient. But the one thing that I had a problem with, and I like how they threw Dr. Mixter, because that was the doctor in Halloween 2, and I commented about that in the first season. But, you know, even though we know that that's pretty much going to be the Tiffany doll, the new Tiffany doll, I don't like that she was trying to break her, because again, that's still not her property, and that's going to piss the doctor off. But as we know, the therapy isn't working, and it's interesting to see how that Lexi's mother just continues to be all fake and everything, you know, and oh, I'm asking for your vote, but, you know, they said she was, like, recalled, I guess, which, yeah, I could see basically that happening. But it kind of pisses me off that she was blaming Junior, when you know it wasn't Junior. But somehow he's supposed to show up, so I don't know if we're going to see him in flashbacks, or if he really didn't die. You know, maybe you thought he did, maybe he just passed out so that Chucky would leave him alone, and then he was, you know, taken off to an insane asylum. I mean, yeah, he did kill his dad, and there was the possibility that he could have done all that. But we all know he didn't. So it just does make you wonder how he's going to appear. And I know that they make it seem like it's crazy that it could be a doll, and I'm like, but why couldn't it? Stranger stuff has happened in the world. You notice how they just showed her, they did not show the doll.
Holy homemade ball back, girl.
You notice when the doorbell rang, they were focusing only on Caroline. They didn't have a wide shot, which means the doll next to her, Belle, is probably gone. And then, how did that kid, though, get Chucky? Wasn't that Jake's adopted brother? Did they come all that way, or was that a new kid? I couldn't quite tell. But yeah, you've got that, and he's all not for long, and it's like, they are really throwing a lot at us in this episode. And one thing, though, I am liking with this that I've noticed right now is that there's a lot of the episode before they go to commercial. Like, this has only been roughly about 10 minutes, but like the first half, it was like 17 minutes before going to commercial. And then it was like 32, and then, like I said, this is like 42. But I like how they're giving you a lot before the breaks. You know, most shows they'll do like 8 minutes, I think. I think that's about right. You know, you'll do like 8 minutes and then like 5 minutes commercials. 8 minutes and then 5 minutes commercials. And these guys aren't doing that. And maybe it's because it's a limited series, maybe it's because it's on later, maybe it's because it's on Syfy. But yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that we're getting more content from the show than we are commercials. And, you know, I'm glad that they've all reunited, and like I said, you could tell that she was getting kind of squirrely and everything, and she needed a hit. So, yeah, you know, it talked about the thing for panic, and I'm like, that is a lot of drugs. But then given everything that she's been through, yeah, you're probably going to need a lot of drugs. It was kind of like in H2O, you know, Lori was, you know, she said she'd done everything, self-help, therapists, whatever. And she was basically, as John called her, a functioning alcoholic. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to be true. You're probably going to find a way to drown your sorrows. I mean, it is unfortunate that that's what people turn to when something like that happens, but it is something that happens because that's how they feel they can cope, is through drugs or through alcohol. And it is too bad, but again, you can kind of understand that.
That's already getting old. It's gonna be okay.
He's gonna blow us on this smithereen.
And he thinks it's
No,
cool.
girl, I won't let that happen, I promise. This isn't a game, okay? God, I love my job.
Good job, Devin! Good job. Does that kid still think it's a joke? Does he think it's fun? There's Belle. Jake are gonna be okay because they're the stars. But that other kid, like, he stopped when he saw Belle, and I'm like, yeah, you know Belle is pretty much Tiffany. So obviously she wasn't checking her phone, which you think she would have. But, you know, the thing I'm thinking is they're sitting there waiting, and I'm like, why are you not yelling? Why are you not saying, Lexi, stay up there? Maybe he would have hit the bomb sooner, but he was waiting for her to come down. So why were they not making a noise and trying to distract her? You know, Lexi, stay there, stuff like that, you know? And I'm also thinking, granted, yeah, he had his finger near the trigger, but he wasn't looking at that kid near him. That kid near him could have done something, you know, like when Devin got up and tased him. That kid could have done something to distract him, and then they all could have jumped on him and maybe found a way to get the bomb out of there. So, it's kind of like there's one of him, granted with a bomb, and like 5 of them, or 2 of them if you count Belle. And it is making me wonder if Belle, as of right now, is just a doll, but something's going to happen. Since that Tiffany got her head blown off, it makes you wonder if we're going to see Jennifer Tilly's soul or whatever go into that Belle doll. Because we do see Jennifer Tilly. She is obviously going to make an appearance in here, I think.
These kids are responsible for Gary's death. Yet I'm sure we all agree. It was a tragic accident.
It was. So that's how they're getting
They've
there.
been through so much already this past year. I'd like to think that they could learn from their mistakes and become good people.
That was kind of a bad cut there at the end, how you saw the guy walking in and then they immediately went to the previews for next week. So yeah, a little bit of a bad cut. But it was good timing. Like, as soon as you saw the bus pull away, the delivery came. So, yeah, Jennifer Tilly wasn't in this episode, but I'm guessing, you had the main cast and then the other... Well, she was in the episode as the voice of Tiffany, so I guess that counts. But the rest of the names, I don't know if they were, like, guest stars or if they were kind of the other cast. It used to be that you had like the main cast and then they wouldn't really list other cast members until the end. But now of course you've got like the main cast and then you'll have kind of the supporting cast listed. And then sometimes after the supporting cast, then you'll have like the guest stars. So it's weird how they do that with shows now. But, so the foster child, it's interesting though that with the bomb, well, he did say 6 feet, which is why he wanted Lexi in that room. Because I was like, well, it's interesting that the rest of them, but the kid obviously was out of the way. So supposedly Belle blew up, but again, we will see. And I hated how, Devin reached out for Jake and Jake didn't really acknowledge him, kind of, like he's kind of withdrawing a bit. And I'm like, don't push him away. You're gonna need him. But like I said, it's always the fucking Catholics. By the time this is up, if you have not caught my reactions to Midnight Mass, please go and check those out. Catholicism and horror kind of seem to go hand in hand, But that was an excellent start to season 2. I'm super excited for the remaining 7 episodes. It just makes me wonder what in the hell is going to happen. I don't think Andy is dead. They said they didn't find a body, so I don't think he's dead. And they commented about that there was more Chuckies, because he said there were 72 on that truck. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more of him. And I'm wondering if Kimberly Elise made it. What was her name? Kyle? Because they commented, he said like, this is for Kyle or something. So Kyle, I don't think is dead either. Because again, we didn't see her body. So, woo, season 2 premiere of Chucky is done. Like I said, I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see where the remaining 7 episodes are going to go. One thing I like with Syfy is that, we now have a series to Chucky, but it's also short. There's only about 8 episodes a season, and I think that will help keep it fresh instead of dragging the stories out. I could see this lasting maybe 4 or 5 seasons before they just end it. Will the cast stay? I don't know. I mean, they did start them kind of young. They started them at 13, so maybe they would go, say, 5 seasons, which would take them all the way to 18. Which could be cool, that they take them all the way to 18, and then they graduate and move on to their lives, and then they're not really there for Chucky 2. terrorized. So they could end up doing something like that, going about 5 seasons, wait until the kids graduate, and then that might be a good way to kind of end the show. But yeah, I definitely think we're getting a season 3, if anything, from the first episode. Whew, you know, especially because this also is showing on Peacock. So if you did somehow miss watching it here, like on Syfy or USA, you can catch it there. That's one of the great things about having streaming services now, is that you can catch shows later after they've finished their run. Old shows can become fresh again. It's just great. Anyways, thank you for joining me for the season 2 premiere of Chucky. I am super excited, and I hope you are too. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Hit that notification bell to be alerted of future reacts if you are watching this here on YouTube. And if you are, this has been edited down, so head over to Rumble to catch my edited but untrimmed version. And if you are watching this on Rumble and you're curious to see what was trimmed for the YouTube standards, well, just head over there and check it out. I cannot wait, as I said, to see where the rest of season 2 is going to take us. I know we are going to see Fiona Dorff. I know she is going to appear. So that'll be interesting. And as I said, I know Junior shows up as well at some point, which I don't get. But again, it could be that he is a guest star. Or it could be flashbacks. Maybe he didn't die. We will find out, but it is finally here. I've been waiting for this. Again, you can catch my season 1 Chucky reactions. And I will give a special shout out to my editor. Her link is in the description. If you need her for all of your editing needs, feel free to check her out. I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next reaction to Chucky. Bye.